Alright, what's going on, guys? So some guy on YouTube was like, dude, put your antennas back on. I bought the same kit. Let me tell you what I did. So we're going to give his idea a shot here. As you can see, I built kind of an aluminum wall, and what I did is I put a piece of electrical tape down over the board so that the aluminum would not short out anything, and then I just kind of took a piece and I formed it. Now what's nice about the setup that I've done here is basically I've flattened out the bottom, so I folded it in half, and then I folded the corners over a little bit so I could lay it down flat on there and put tape. The reason I did it this way is so that I can roll the top over after I tape it down now and fit it to the back of the controller better so it's not smushed in there and all goofy. So I just kind of measured it from the top to the back. Okay, and then I put the SMA plugs back in there, as you can see, and I wrapped the wires around their own board. This one came loose here, and I put a band on that just to keep it as close as I can to that sidewall. But yeah, so I may put a little dab of hot glue on there, keep that in place so that these wires are not anywhere near each other. Because apparently 2.4 and 5.8 just don't get along together. They interfere with each other. Seems a little silly to me, but it is what it is. So I've designed this kind of wall in between the antennas, and then we're going to test this out and see if it works any better, because the guy said to bend the controller the opposite way that is pointing, and to bend this the opposite way that this is pointing. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and finish taping this off and show you what it looks like, and then we're going to roll the top over a little bit. So I'll get back with you guys here in a sec. By the way, for those of you wondering about my JST connector and how it came, this is what it looks like. And that came pre-installed in mine. So, pretty cool. I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, so as you guys can see, I taped it down now. The only worry that I have is that the board might get a little hot having it this way. Well, we'll test things out and see how things go. But as you can see on the front here, I put the aluminum foil further down on this side so that it would block any connection, so I'm not worried about that lip that's right there. But I've folded this down now across the top until it basically just sits on the back of the controller. So when I set it down, it should barely touch it. And then this is ready to go back together. Okay, now we're going to see if that guy's range modification works, because this is the cheap eBay setup, and I went through and I went ahead and reinstalled everything. And just remember, guys, if you are doing this modification to your quad, always, always, always have the antennas plugged in before you power this up. Otherwise, it'll burn out the 2.4 gigahertz board. It'll burn this right out if the antenna is not connected to it first. So make sure, as soon as you install your SMAs, to just reconnect your antennas so that you don't forget to do that. Because if you turn it on and if they're not connected, it'll fry this board right here. Beep, and that'll be the end of it, and you'll have to order a new one and reinstall it. So, alright guys, let me put this back together, and then we'll give this a range test tomorrow. Tell you what I think. Alright, so as you can see, 14 dBi, 5.8, SMA connector 2.4 gigahertz, and as you can see, I made a parabolic dish for it. Doesn't matter if the aluminum's on the back side or the right side. The idea is that it's keeping signal from the 5.8. It was very simple to make, 2 slits. I took a manila folder, cut out a square. I folded the 2 ends over, as you can see, the fold points, and when you cut this in the center and you stick the antenna through it, it automatically curves it like this. And then I just kind of cut the ends off to give it a little shape, a little form. So you can see it from the sides there. Then I took some aluminum foil and a glue stick, and I glued the aluminum on the back of it, but not down that crease right there, so that I could stick the antenna through it. And now I have a nice little parabolic antenna. You know, they have the windsurfer one, but you just got it. They're simple to design. I mean, this is a very simple version of an easy parabolic antenna to make. So there you go, guys. That's the range mod. We've hooked it up like the guy said to. There should be there's an aluminum wall inside there now. There's a parabolic antenna. I should have no range issues at all with this quad. Running 1.7, 1.1.17. newer firmware, so should have no issues. We will have to test this in the field as soon as I get a chance. Very simple parabolic antenna. You don't have to make the windsurfer one. That's a lot of complicatedness. It's very simple. Just cut out a square. Make sure you know, it's not too big. You don't want it to be a windsurf sail like they have on that one, but you know, this is a nice little size. It's just to deflect the signal from the 5.8, and it also helps it send signal too. So there you go, guys. Very simple parabolic antenna. You've seen the inside mod. We've also done the battery mod. This has quite a few mods done now to it, and the quad has absolutely 0 mods done to it. So let's go ahead and put this over here, and this will be fun to take out to the field tomorrow. See if I can get some flight footage before work. So see you guys tomorrow. Toodaloo.
Give yourself to the dark side.